Before we get to today's interview, I need to tell you about our show's sponsors. First being Bet Online. It's that time of year again, and all eyes are now turning to football as teams are back on the gridiron to start the football season. As always, Bet Online is your number one spot for all pro and college football action this year. Get all of the updated odds, props, and contests, including online's biggest $500,000 NFL mega contest and the world's largest $200,000 NFL survivor pool. Open now at BetOnline. Head to their website or use your mobile device to sign up today to receive your 100% welcome bonus. Take advantage of their opening day super promo, meaning make a bet on Thursday, September 9th, the season opener between the Super Bowl champion Buccaneers and the Dallas Cowboys. And if you lose, your wager will be refunded up to $25 for new customers only when signing up and using promo code NFL100. BetOnline is the fastest and easiest way to bet on all of your favorite sports. BetOnline, your online sportsbook experts. Also, exciting news, Believe is partnering with Play Action Pools this season to bring some interactive fun to the sport that we love most. You'll be able to get in on the action with our PlayActionPools.com Football Pick'em Challenge, which is open to everyone. Sign up for our contest, Believe Football Pick'em, at PlayActionPools.com, and then get your picks in each week. We're going to select the 10 highest profile games of the week between the NFL and college football. Whoever gets the most picks correct each week will win a pair of electric sunglasses and a pair of DC shoes. Again, go to PlayActionPools.com and sign up for the contest, Believe, B-L-E-A-V, Football Pick'em. And if you plan on hosting your own football contest, go to PlayActionPools.com today. They've got Survivor, Pick'em, as well as a cool sportsbook-style concept called Build Your Bankroll. PlayActionPools.com, your new home for all of your office sports pools.
Welcome to this Believe in NFL Draft Prospect podcast interview edition, bringing you an inside look into some of the best football players in the entire country, regardless of level. We're talking to Power 5 guys. We're talking to Group of 5 guys. We're talking Division 2, FCS, Division 3. If you could play, we will 100% find you. So I was just talking to Mr. Devonte Price, who is joining me to the show right now. Just talking before we started, running back out of Florida International. I was telling him I was watching the Florida Atlantic defense last season. Of course, we had the shortened COVID-ridden year. I think Florida International only played 6 games, I think, if I have that correct. And I was watching a couple of their game, watching the Florida Atlantic game, and this running back just kept popping off the screen to me, man. Number 24, Devonte Price, taller running back, listed at 6'2", 215, has some juice to him. I looked into his background. He has a track background dating back to high school. And then I see right after I kind of set up the interview with him, Dane Brugler had him as one of his top 10 senior running backs. So definitely a guy to get on your radar. I got Devonte with me now. Pleasure to join you to bring his kind of inside scoop to you guys to kind of present himself as a potential NFL draft prospect in the future. Devonte, I appreciate you, man. How's everything been going, brother?
No problem, man. Everything been going good, man. Just grinding away, getting ready for this next season.
Absolutely, man. And I know we want to talk about, obviously you had in the shortened year, I think you set program records with yards per game and yards per carry. So obviously you were someone who took advantage of the shortened season and did the best of your ability, obviously, and kind of showcased the player you are. I kind of want to start you out, though, before we get into what you've done at Florida International, what you're potentially going to do transitioning to the next level here, in just a few months. I know it's going to kind of go fly by with the blink of the eye, but I want to talk about Charlotte High School. I know originally you're a Florida guy. Obviously, you stayed in state, Florida International. Talk to me a little bit about just the recruiting coming out of high school and why ultimately FIU was the best spot for you.
Recruiting out of high school kind of started off slow. I didn't get my first offer until my junior year, but after I got my first offer, they started rolling in. Almost all CUSA schools came and gave me an offer, and that's a blessing, no matter the level. So FIU was just a choice because I came here, it's close to home, and like as I came on my official visit, it felt like family. It just felt like the right spot to come to. You know what I mean? The dudes that I came with in my class, Shamar Thornton, Bryce Singleton, dudes like that, they all great dudes. We all came on the same visit, so I had a great time with them boys, and it just felt like a brotherhood from there. So it was FIU from there.
And I know every opportunity you've gotten over your career so far. I'm just looking at these yards per carries over the years. I mean, your yard per carry has always been over 5, over 6 most of the time, 6.8 this last year. Obviously, you've been very successful when you've been kind of a featured player in the offense, and then this year specifically, because I know you had done great things before this year, but this year we're talking over 116 yards per game, 6.8 yards per carry. For you, despite it being a shortened season and what had a lot of obstacles, I'm sure, and I want to ask you about a couple of those obstacles in a second, for you, how nice was it just to finally be the lead ball carrier, get the volume of the bulk of the running game, and to then finally show in a high volume of carries what you can do as a football player?
It felt great. Honestly, felt like a long time coming because I played behind a couple dudes, Anthony Jones, Napoleon Maxwell. I played behind those dudes, and they're great players, But just playing behind them taught me a lot of things, And when it was my time to do what I was supposed to, I did it. I had to take every opportunity. You know what I mean? No matter what it was, even though we only had 5 games last year,
Mm-hmm.
it was I had to do what I had to do because ultimately last year was supposed to be my last year, but COVID they gave everybody an extra year, so I had I did what I did, but I just gotta keep on from now or do even better.
Yeah, absolutely. And I kind of want to, it's a perfect segue into my next question, Devonte, is obviously I know with COVID dating back to last spring, heading into summer, fall, like what is there going to be a season? What is the season going to look like? Are there going to be games canceled? Like there were so many questions, like you said, only playing in 5 football games, kind of leading up to the season. How do you feel like you individually and as the team were able to navigate it to the best of your ability and try to make best of what was a tough situation for everyone?
Uh, I felt like we handled it the best way we could. As we had got sent home late spring, and then we were home for a couple months, the longest break I've been in since college. But while we were home, the coaches didn't let us fall off. They let us know like stay ready so you ain't got to get ready. They send us our workout schedules. We always had Zoom meetings. Going over the playbooks, making sure everybody's good. Just little things like that. Just making sure we're still focused on the main thing because everybody had a mindset of we're coming back to play. Just don't know when. So when we had actually came back, that's when things really started to get hectic. Corona, everybody coming up with false positives or positives. People having to quarantine and stuff like that. So I mean, it was wild. It was a roller coaster, but at the end of the day, Coach Davis he led us and he did what he had to do to the best of his ability. We didn't have an off season to train and stuff, so I feel like that played a big factor in the season and stuff. But it is what it is at the end of the day. But I feel like we prepared the best we could, and and despite in spite of the Corona coming in and doing what it had to do. So I mean, that was that.
And I know you mentioned obviously getting the extra year of eligibility granted to all the athletes for coronavirus. Was there any point where you were kind of going back and forth, like, should I try to make the jump now? Should I go back? Like, was that ever a debate in your mind, or was it always as soon as that was presented to you, that was the best option for you?
No, that was a debate. I was a stressful. That was very stressful for me because I didn't, I had to outweigh my options.
Mm-hmm.
If I do come out, what are going to be the positives or what are going to be the negatives, and if I do stay,
Yeah.
also what are be the positives and negatives. So I had to outweigh the pros and cons to all of that. But all in all, after the season, went 0-5, and I just felt like it wouldn't have been right for me, just to leave off of something like that. I like to leave off of something big for FIU, and I feel like coming up this year, this will be the start of something great for FIU.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm excited to see kind of what you and the team accomplish. And now, kind of moving forward here, Devontae, I know it's got to feel refreshing a little bit to have a regular off season, to have a regular season in front of you. How great is it to know that you have this opportunity now, be back with the guys, have a little bit of normalcy kind of return to you?
It's a blessing. It feels great. I haven't had this feeling in a minute. Coming from last year, not having off seasons to coming to this year, and I felt like this has been the best off season we've had since I've been here. Dealing with Coach Swayze, he's best best strength coach in the nation. I'm not no exaggeration, but he's getting us right, and we're all us as a team. We're doing what we have to do to become better and not fall, to what we did last year. So this year we definitely have big things coming. So we're preparing the best we could. And it's just a different culture around here now. We got leaders who stepping up, leading. We don't really depend on the coaches to get on us. This is a player led team, so it's going to be great for us.
And I'm very curious on this because obviously you're a little bit of a taller back. You kind of have that one cut and go type of speed to you. Are there some players that can be passed growing up, whatever it might be, that you model your game after a little bit and you try to emulate to a degree? Anybody like that?
Um, Growing up, I used to love watching LaDainian Tomlinson. I had his cleats, everything. But now players in the league, I love to watch Alvin Kamara
Mm.
and Derrick Henry. Like I feel like I could be kind of like a mixture between those two. Both, to be honest with you, Derrick Henry's big, big, huge dude. He runs like it too. And then Alvin Kamara, he just how he runs. You really can't tackle that dude. He's both of them. I feel like those are the best running backs in the league. So
Yeah.
right now, I kind of emulate my game off of those two. So yeah,
I love it, man. And Alvin's one of my personal favorites too, man. That dude is just stupid explosive in short
yeah,
spaces. Like it doesn't make any sense sometimes.
it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it really is. And then people are like, I remember when he was coming out of Tennessee after transfer from Alabama. They're like, oh, he only ran a 4.57. I'm like, does that look like 4.57 on film? I don't think that looks like 4.57. So
And the game speed, definitely different.
absolutely, man. And you have that Florida speed behind you too. So I know you're obviously running with a little something. I'm kind of really excited, Devonte, because I think that a lot of people are going to get very well acquainted with your name this year. Like I'm sure that they, if they watch Conference USA, they watch Florida International Football, they just watch it, just as a casual fan. I'm sure they have seen you last year with the games that you kind of put on film. But I'm excited because I think that you have a real opportunity with a full schedule, a full bulk of carries that you can ascend to being one of the top running backs in all of college football. So for you to get there, what is the next step? Because I know you got a higher volume, yards per carry stayed very high, but for Devonte Price to be considered one of the best running backs in college football, what's kind of the next step for you?
Like you said, having more games, you know what I mean, and just really just showing that I can't do it, and I'm consistent with it. I can do it no matter who we play, no matter when we play. I can do it against anybody, and I'm confident that I can show it against anybody. So I'm just gonna have to come out and not only pick up on from last year, but be even better. You know, pick up on things that I'm not good at. Whatever it is, and get better on things that I am good at. You know what I mean? So just staying humble and doing what I have to do, stay on the right path, and just grind. You know what I mean? And keep the man up above first, and ultimately nothing can stop me.
And then my question for you is I know you talked a little bit about, we went 0-5. I didn't want to leave it like that. So I'm sure that you have a lot of expectations, not only for yourself, but team wise as well. So kind of heading into your final year here, 2021, what are some things from a team perspective, from an individual perspective? What are some things that you want to accomplish?
From a team perspective, I have all the confidence in us winning every game. Getting into a January bowl game. Actually showing people that FIU ain't just one of them schools, one of them small schools ain't really nothing. FIU definitely going to get on the map this year and continue to do so even long after I leave. And I feel like the culture has changed around there. Coming into this season, just dudes just stepping up, taking that leadership role. And just like I said, it's a player led team, so we don't sit around and wait for the coaches to talk and punish. We do it on our own, just to make sure, like, just to show that we can do it. So and for myself, obviously just show that I am one of the top running backs, if not the top running back in the nation, and I can show it no matter, just because I'm at FIU, just because I'm at a small school. So just show it all and be able to do it all on the field, and hopefully make my dreams come true while doing it.
And I know it's a shame for like the shortened and kind of just haphazard season because Coach Butch Davis obviously has been doing a fantastic job at FIU. Can you just speak briefly about what he has meant to this program and just what it's like playing for who is a legendary coach like Butch?
I feel like like I said, I praise Coach Swayze. So I feel like from him and Coach Swayze, I feel like they're the best things that happened to FIU, the program, because they're two dudes. Well, him, Coach Davis, he's a dude. He has pride in FIU. He has pride in what he's doing. Like he loves what he's doing. You can see it, you know. And Coach Davis, he's not a losing dude. He doesn't lose. That's not something Coach Davis does. So he's going to fix things, and he's going to do what he has to do to make sure his guys win. And he always harps on do the little things right, and the big things will come easily. And so he's not only a coach, but he teaches how to become men too at the same time. It's not just football. It's anything that's anybody around the building. So they're gonna do what they got to do to win. So it'll show up this year. I'm confident in that.
I love it, man. I love it. And going back to leading up to the 2020 NFL draft, I had a chance to sit down with James Morgan, and he kind of reiterated the same thing, just the confidence everybody has in the program and in the coaches leading the way, obviously. My last question for you, Devonte, is obviously I'm a guy that thinks with a full season, everything going the right way, you're a player that NFL teams are going to have a high interest in with the profile and the size and everything that you bring to the table. Kind of looking forward for a second. When did it become a dream for you to potentially be a professional football player? And what type of blessing would it be for just, less than a year from now to think that you could be a professional football player?
This has always been a dream since first time I touched the football. I had a cousin that played in the NFL named Anthony Henry, and he actually played for Coach Davis also. So
Cornerback, Cleveland
yeah,
Browns. I remember Anthony. Yeah,
yeah,
man. We got
yeah,
you.
yeah. That's my cousin. So like, just growing up and seeing him play, and just growing up and seeing all the greats play, it's always been like just a dream to me to play football. It's something I've always loved dearly. So for it to be coming up close is crazy. I'm speechless. You know what I mean? I really don't even know what to say. I just as it gets closer, it's crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like everything's coming 1,000 miles per hour, but it's all about how I take it and how I handle it. And I feel like I'm handling it pretty good. So I just got to keep doing what I got to do and keep doing what I have to do. And just keep grinding, stay humble, stay on the straight path, and I'll be good at it. Once that time comes, it'll be I don't know, man. Greatest blessing ever from God, man.
Well, I love it, man, and I'm looking forward to your journey. I've had the opportunity to talk to a couple of FIU guys over the last couple of years, and James Morgan and Stanley, and all these guys making the wave to the next level. So I'm excited to see again, joined by Devonte Price, star running back out of Florida International. Devonte, I appreciate it, man, so much. It was just fantastic, just getting a little of the backstory, brother. I really appreciate all the time today.
Yes, sir. No, I appreciate you, my man.